Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
ඒක
දැන් මට ළඟට වෙන එකක් තියෙනවා.
Okay. Siloshan is not there for today's session, so he will join from next week onwards. The post content we will add few more things to the course content, like Python, introduction to Python, and also some more concepts on AI. Because here in the content we have mentioned only about machine learning fundamentals related to the AI concepts. So last week we started machine learning, but in addition to machine learning, we will talk about more concepts like deep learning, computer vision, natural language processing, expert systems, and some other concepts related to AI. And also, in order to implement a solution, here the point before the last one, we have included implementing AI solution in clinical practice. So for that, you should learn Python, not into deep level, but you have to learn a little bit of Python. So Siloshan will help you in learning Python. So in the content, we have included only the main topics. So AI is something changing day by day. So we will discuss about all new concepts in this course. So the content is not these are not the only topics that we are discussing. So there are some more topics. So these are the main topics since this is related to healthcare. So in today's session, today is the third session. So in today's content, the main topic is radiology. So we will talk about the usage of AI in radiology and some of the tools and platforms. The tools related to radiology are very expensive, and so we'll let you know about the tools which are available in the market, and we will try to create our own tools, like that will be covered in a future session. But today we will talk about the background on how we are going to do that, and then some of the practical demonstration on some of the AI tools included in today's session. And I have included this once again, just to remind you what we have discussed last week. So in last week's session, we discussed about the basics. We did an introduction to AI, and we discussed about the tools and the usage specifically related to medical research. And also we did a machine learning session, and also talk about large language models and generative AI concepts, and also the practical usages. So you can ask any question related to the previous sessions and today's session, because there should be a lot of things that you want to clarify, and also there can be things that we have not included in the presentation, but you might be looking for those information, those concepts. So because this is related to healthcare. So if there are special topics as such, let us know in WhatsApp. You can always talk to us and ask anything. The tools that we have discussed or anything that we have not discussed. Okay. So today we will talk more about neural networks because in the tools that I'm going to discuss, the neural networks are used. So because of that, we will talk a little about that. So neural network can be considered as a computational model inspired by human brain. So that is a part of deep learning. So we will talk more about that. And so Siloshan will go into the depth of those concepts. But I'll explain it in high level. And also we need to talk about natural language processing. That is also related to today's session. Okay. So natural language processing can be considered as a thing that can understand and interpret and generate human language. So that is the first thing you have to understand about natural language processing. And it can process and analyze text and speech data. So when you work with ChatGPT and the other tools that you are using for your day-to-day work, so you might have seen and used this functionality. So if you take ChatGPT, it can recognize text and also speech. So it can process and then analyze this data, and it can create a new knowledge. So that is how natural language processing is used in the tools like ChatGPT. And applications. So there are a lot of application areas that we can see where the natural language processing is used. Mainly in chatbots, we know NLP is used because we can have a chat with a machine, like those machines are talking to us like human. So we can understand that the machine can understand our language, the natural language. Okay, when we take the techniques used in the natural language processing, it involves parsing, tokenization, and machine learning. Last week also we discussed about those things. Siloshan will explain more about natural language processing later. Okay. So before I explain about this slide, let me quickly go to the today's topic. Okay. Today's main topic is practical usage of AI in radiology. So I want to talk about neural network because in radiology, one of the main functionalities analyzing images. One of the main area. Okay. when we talk about practical usage of AI in radiology, image analysis is becomes one of the main topics. So related to image analysis, we want to talk about neural networks. And in neural network also, there is a model called convolutional neural network. So I'll come to this slide later. First of all, let me go through this slide, because this slide contains the content that we are talking about, the practical usage of AI in radiology. So mainly AI is used in image analysis in radiology, and then radiology can, AI can be used in report analysis related to radiology. So when those are two different things. So image analysis is something different. After that, if there is for example, radiology report, that can also be analyzed using AI. And then AI can be used as an integration with patient records. Here I have mentioned electronic health record. That means we can use patient history, data related to patient history and clinical notes and lab reports. Together with those reports, we can analyze the radiology reports in order to take decisions. So for that, we can use AI. And also, AI can be used in workflow optimizations. And we have to talk about challenges and ethical considerations also. So the patient data, we cannot expose patient data in public. So there are some ethics. So we should talk about that also, and also about future of AI in radiology. So those are the main topics. And let's discuss about AI-based image analysis. So we can AI can identify tumors, fractures, and anomalies in a medical image. Sorry, image like MRI, X-ray, or a CT. So those complex images can be analyzed by AI and can identify if there is a tumor, fracture, or any abnormalities. So for that, we use convolutional neural networks. So I didn't explain about CNN before, because first we should know why this is important. Right? Okay, how AI detects abnormalities in medical image analysis. Here, we will use, I have a problem with my slides. Here we use convolutional neural networks. So let me first talk about what is convolutional neural network. Okay, right. So when we talk about neural networks, there are different types of deep learning models that we can use as neural networks. So one of them is CNN, that is convolutional neural network. So that type of deep learning model is used to use specifically in tasks like image classification. So in image classification, we can consider as an example tumor detection. So in cases like detecting a tumor or fracture in a medical image, like MRI or X-ray or a CT image, so AI use image classification techniques. For that, CNN is the technique which is heavily used in those type of tools. So there are some other deep learning models as well. You might have heard about transformer model. I explained about that when we talk about large language models. That is also a technique that we can use in report analysis. And other models you might not have heard, but Siloshan will help you to understand those models as well. Okay, what is CNN? This is a type of deep learning model. This is specifically designed for analyzing visual data, such as images and videos. So widely used in computer vision tasks like image classification. So I have included more details about that. In convolutional neural networks, there are major components, 4 components like convolutional layers, pooling, activation, and fully connected layers. Right, I'll show it to you. And before that, let's look at the strength as well. In this CNN model, there is a strength like spatial recognition. So it can recognize the locations like in an image. If there are abnormalities like that, it can easily be recognized by CNN models. So there is efficient learning and high accuracy also in images. So in a medical image like MRI, there are certain complex areas that the human eye cannot recognize. But using a model like this, we can say accurately those abnormalities can be recognized by these tools. So we don't always say that when we work with AI, there can be a high accuracy, but here you will realize when you understand how this model works, the AI can recognize certain things that the human cannot detect in these images. Right? In real world use cases, we can identify medical diagnosis like this, and in self-driving cars, because in self-driving cars also the image matters, because analyzing the image, it take decisions. And facial recognition also same. In order to recognize a face correctly, then the image should be analyzed. The accuracy is important. Okay, this is the structure. So we saw there were components, 4 components. So here is the input layer, and then convolutional layer, the second layer, and this is the third one is the activation layer, and then pooling, and then in last 2 layers, the classification part will be done. So the early stages of these layers, it can detect the textures or edges in, for example, in a brain image, the brain tissues, edges, and those kind of points can be detected at the early stages, and then in the mid layer, it will identify the shapes and indicative tumors. So, and the final layer is the layer which classifies the scan as a tumor or not. So in this layer, the final layer, the output will be given after classifying it with the probability. So next image, you can see this one is a treaty, and at the end, this is the classification layer with 0.7 probability. It can be identified as a treaty. So this is the fully connected layer, FC layers. This is the fully connected layer. And the classification will be done during this part. So these are little bit technical, and Siloshan will explain better than me with some practical examples. Anyway, these are the main components of the CNN. So spatial awareness, we can say CNN is powerful because it can understand the position and the structure of features, and also parameter efficiency, and also hierarchical feature. We can say there is a hierarchical feature because at the early stages, early layers, it will learn only simple patterns. As I told you before, it will detect textures or edges, and then we'll go into deep layers and learn the complex patterns. And after that, it will do the classification and give the output with a probability. So, practical usages of AI. So we can say it is more accurate. So AI is assisting to work faster, and it can do more accurate diagnostics as well. So if we need more accuracy and efficiency, then we can go for use AI in radiology. And type of applications, yes, as I said, in image analysis, in X-rays, CT, MRI, like images, and in report generation as well. So NLP, again, NLP will be used in this context. And EHR integration, that means like these findings can be integrated with patient records, which will help in decision making, and for the workflow automation. Okay, as I explained you before, there is a pre-processing stage. So it involves the noise reduction in the image, and we'll do the normalization, segmentation, and it will prepare the image for the analysis. And then feature extraction. So CNN, convolutional neural networks, will be used to detect textures and regions, and then classification, and the important insights will be given as the output. Okay, the predictive capabilities in medical imaging. So it can identify the hidden correlations, and which are not explicitly represented in training data, but we can't say it will generate something totally different, which is not available in training data, but there can be certain hidden things which cannot be detected by human. So, but AI can detect. So we can't say it is not available in training data. That is important because AI can never give an answer which is not learned from the data that is given to the model. Yeah. And also early disease detection. AI excels in detecting subtle early disease signs within known data. Yeah, it will always give the insights using the known data within the known data, but there is a possibility to have a early detection of disease which is not appeared in the data. So normally by analyzing the data, human cannot find those type of abnormalities. So using AI, the early detection is possible. And the third point is unknown disease misclassification. So if there is no data related to a specific disease or something absent in the training data, there can be a so the model won't be able to give the correct classification, do the correct classification and the output. And then generalization of new cases. AI generalizes new cases well, but lacks accuracy outside training. So the model should be fed with more data in order to get more accurate result. So it can detect new cases only if the model can be trained well. Okay. Here in practice, AI can sometimes predict or detect. So very early signs of disease that may not be apparent to the naked eye. As I told you before, so from human eye, we cannot see some of the abnormalities in the in medical images, but at the early stage, we can identify those diseases by using AI. So non-obvious correlations. Example, small tissues changes that correlate with future tumor growth. This can appear as if AI predicted something unseen, but in truth, it's acting on micro patterns present in the data. So that is not something totally which was not available in trained data. That was in trained data. Still, the AI can predict something unseen because it is present in the data, which is invisible to the human eye. So I think I am trying to give an answer to the question one of you asked last week. So the model cannot predict something which is not trained by data or learned, which is not learned from data, but there is a possibility to predict something unseen by recognizing, by recognizing the pattern of those data. So it will not be visible to the human eye. Okay, generalization versus extrapolation. So generalization, in generalization, AI is good, slightly new or different cases within the scope of training data. And extrapolation, predicting outcomes entirely beyond what was seen in training. This is risky and often unreliable. So it is not happening. So something which is not in trained data, it will not predict. AI-based again, the topic AI-based image analysis. So here I have put one of the case study, AI detecting a lung cancer in CT scan. So for this DeepMind, there's a tool called DeepMind, and you know about IBM Watson. We have talked about that tool before. So you can, these are very like, this is an expensive tool. So I cannot demonstrate the tool to you, but you can find more information about the tool. And if there is something you want to specifically know about that, I can explain. So there are a lot of tools related to image analysis like these. We can use those things, but expensive. But it's still, if you can use those tools, you can get a benefit from those tools because of the reasons that I have mentioned you before. So another case study is AI assisted breast cancer detection. And practical AI tools, commercially available tool, NVIDIA Clara Imaging, Deep Health AI, and there are open source platforms as well, like Monai. We can use those platforms and build our own solution for our for these kind of like not like specifically like in image analysis, but related to this image, not specifically related to image analysis, but I explain about some other areas that we can use AI. So for those things, actually, we can build our own solution. And in coming weeks, I am planning to demonstrate such a case, like combining the medical reports and analyze those reports and give useful insight for the doctors in order to take decisions. But when we talk about image analysis, there are tools which are very expensive in the market. Okay, AI for radiology report analysis that I already mentioned about this. And here in this case, we will use NLP models to find the important information from the reports, medical reports. And yeah, we can compare those information with the patient history and other lab reports and all the other reports as well. So that's why we can say the radiology report analysis can also be done using AI. So here is a case study, AI improving radiology report accuracy. So here I have mentioned some of the tools, ChatGPT based NLP models, BioBert, and then AI tools for report analysis. They are commercial tools. Again, we can identify IBM Watson. And there are some open source tools as well, BioBert, ClinicalBert. Integration with EHR for decision support. That also we already discussed. How AI links radiology reports with patient data. So yeah, this is the case that I told you that in a future session, I'll show you how we can do that. But for that, before that, you have to learn a little bit of Python. Then only you will be able to do that by yourself. So you can get some sample reports and you can try it out. But when you want to create your own, it by your own, you have to learn Python. Yeah, another use case, AI detecting stroke risk through MRI patient history. So when MRI it, reports MRI reports and other reports given by these medical image analysis compared with the other patient records, only we can get a useful insight about the patient. I think this question also raised during the last session. How can we do that? Is that doctor mentioned he's doing it with using ChatGPT, but if you are directly using ChatGPT, it will be difficult. So I'll go through step by step how we can implement our own solution for that. Without directly using ChatGPT, but instead using ChatGPT, the API provided by ChatGPT. Okay. Right. Workflow optimization. So in a hospital, if we want to prioritize the urgent cases of patients, like in the triage, it is very important to have the have these information, like to prioritize uh, if they can get the support from the radiology side, like if there is a critical cases, they can't wait till the reports comes. So then if we can use AI to get like preliminary report earlier, then we can have an idea about the status of the patient. Then we can use those information in order to, in the triage, in order to prioritize in the ER emergency room. So in the hospitals, I think this is very important if we can do that kind of automation. If we can use these tools and provide a solution in the workflow automation. And also we can use it in scheduling and reporting as well in the workflow optimization. We can reduce a lot of time if we can do that. And there are challenges and ethical considerations also related to, specifically related to this area, radiology. And data privacy is important. So if we are creating a tool like that, we have to consider about the privacy of patient data. So here I have mentioned like the standards like HIPAA, but anyway, if we are doing it in here in Sri Lanka also, we have to care about those data privacy concerns. So there can be bias in AI models. So we have to analyze about those things as well. And the other thing is we cannot totally rely on the output given by these AI systems. So radiologists should carefully analyze those findings. And all of these tools can be used only as a supporting tool for the doctors. So that also something we have to consider. Yeah, here also as ethical considerations, it is mentioned AI as an assistant, not a replacement. And there should be a transparency in decision making as well. Future of AI in radiology. Yeah, improved AI collaboration in diagnostics. So it will be done as a as collaboratively in diagnostics, not AI. We can't totally rely on the output given by AI. Yeah, AI can help in customized treatment planning for specific to the customer, and AI human collaboration in diagnostic, and AI education for radiologists. Those are the trends. That is the future of AI. And here also I have mentioned improved diagnostic accuracy. So in the diagnostic accuracy can be assured together with the tool and the doctor together. So AI can do a contribute a lot in case of radiology because of the accuracy in the, for example, because of the accuracy in the image analysis. And sometimes we cannot rely on some other areas I mentioned before, like when analyzing the reports, we have to carefully handle that because the output given by the ChatGPT is might not be accurate always. Yeah, we can reduce the workload and make the flow efficient and enhanced image quality. So we can use the tools to reduce the noise and in personalized treatments, we can use AI. Yeah, as I explained, the efficiency and the accuracy is the most important. And also there are commercial and open source tools. Like in the other areas, we cannot find much commercial tools less expensive tools in the area of image analysis. But as a decision support tool, we can develop our own tool by using open source tools that are available. So we'll discuss later about those things. Okay, this is the use case, the same thing I mentioned before. We want to analyze radiology reports and we want to integrate local patient data, history, lab report, and clinical notes with those reports and get useful insight for the doctor for decision making. So for that, I'll explain step by step how we can do that. So here we should keep in mind that we have to protect the confidentiality of the patient. So we can we can try to keep the patient data locally as much as possible in this case. Okay, step 1, we can decide what we want to achieve. So we will summarize the findings from patient records and radiology reports. And then, yeah, detect the inconsistencies in the reports. And we will flag urgent conditions as well and suggest follow-up investigations, treatments. And then we have to select the tools we need. So here I have highlighted ChatGPT. yes, we can use ChatGPT API. Um, that is a large language model. So I explained you last week, there is Llama. So that is also open source tool. The difference is Llama we can deploy locally and use. Uh, then we can keep everything, all data in a very confidential manner. But ChatGPT is still, even though we use the API, it is not deployed locally. So here we will first talk about how we can solve this problem using ChatGPT, because normally when we deploy a model like this locally, we need a lot of resources. For that also, that is also, if we can afford for that, there's no problem. But anyway, we can go use both approaches. And I would like to do first using ChatGPT API. Today, I'm not going to demonstrate anything. As I told you before, you will learn first Python little bit, and then you can try it by yourself. And next week, I'm trying to show it to you how it can be done. Today, I'll explain only the steps. Okay, local NLP engine. So these are my findings that I have done an investigation. How to do that. Okay, we can use NLP engine like this. Here I have mentioned two of those, and ontologies and private deployment. Llama we can deploy, and I don't know whether you have heard about GPT-4All that can deploy locally, but it is not a highly capable large language model like ChatGPT. So I don't recommend GPT-4All. So, and we should have a web interface also in order to access the chatbot. Because we might not use ChatGPT interface, so we might have our own interface in order to access this tool that we are going to create. Okay, and also we will encrypt the data, and we will have to do certain things in order to keep the data securely, and prepare data. So you have to prepare data, all the reports related to the patient, lab results and everything, and convert the files to PDF format or a structured format like JSON or plain text, whatever. It should be structured. And use OCR. If data is scanned, like if data is in the image format, for example, maybe there can be a report written, but maybe it's an image, not written. So image should be converted by using OCR. So like that, if there are cases like that, we have to use OCR as well. And perform local NLP processing. So we can use these tools to extract medical entities, symptoms, drugs, and yeah, in the medical report, there can be the symptoms mentioned in the report and drugs that patient is taking. Those medical entities has to be extracted from those report. So there we will use NLP. And map to ICD-10, you must know about that. ICD is, if there is anyone who doesn't know, that is an international classification for diseases. I think in Sri Lanka, I don't know whether it is there in Sri Lanka, used already in Sri Lanka. But according to this classification, if it is a cancer, there is a different code range for cancers. For diseases, there is coding, the way of code. So, and then identify temporal event like symptoms since 2 weeks. Like, yeah, there can be certain statements like this in the reports. So we can extract those information as well. Okay, we will use these tools. Okay, to extract medical entities. I have put a Python code here. We will use something like this code. Below you will see this Python code. So I'm not going to explain about that until you learn Python. Now, then you can use the ChatGPT API. Here also I have put a Python code to show that how we are going to integrate with ChatGPT. So we can use ChatGPT or local large language models. Like I told you before, it can be Llama or something else. So that's why there are option A and option B. In option A, use ChatGPT API. And option B, use open source large language model locally. So there are some other models like ChatGPT for all, Llama or Mistral. Those kind of open source tool we can use as option B. And also we can use LangChain like framework. That is a framework that developers can be used to implement solutions using Python. They can use a large language model like this ChatGPT API or Llama and use LangChain and use Python and provide the solution. Yeah, in this case, actually, you can use this locally, keeping all the data secure. Build a simple interface like I told you before, we need to have an interface. We cannot use ChatGPT interface. So we can use Streamlit or Gradio. There are tools as like this. Or some other way, you should be able to upload patient files through an user interface. And then show extracted findings and then output give the output provided by ChatGPT or whatever the large language model that you have used. So those insights you can get through that interface. So that is how we can build our own solutions for this type of problem. And then you can validate the result, test and validate. And here, in this case, we can use real world data anonymously. So if we can get patient records, there is a way normally in our softwares, we use patient data. We can mask the data and we can anonymously use those data. And also we can involve clinical professionals can use this system and validate. So they can validate the result.
මේ වේඩියස් 20 පස්ක පෑන් 20 ඇතිද 20 ඇතිද
And that's all about the how we can implement such solution for a problem like that. And next week I will come up with the
මේ කන්ටන්ට් එක ෆොලෝ
a
කරනකොට
demonstration on how to do that most probably. And
20 minutes more
can you mute one of you have your mic on? Can you mute that,
මැඩම්
please?
එක නෙමෙයි ඉස්සන්නේ
I can hear a lot of background. Okay. Okay. Here I have put some of the useful prompts for doctors. You can use these prompts in ChatGPT or whatever the tool that you are using. So most of the time, I know most of you use ChatGPT for this purpose. Here I wanted to give this information to you because if you are not giving the prompt correctly, you cannot get the correct output or the output that you are expecting. So because of that, I wanted to explain this to you. I extracted some of these prompts from the videos, so maybe the terms might not be correct. So you can do little bit of changes to these medical terms, and I just wanted to show the way that you have to write in order to get the correct output. So let me demonstrate this using ChatGPT. Here, when you're writing a prompt for the ChatGPT, then you have to write something like, please assume the role of an experienced interventional cardiologist with over 20 years experience in treating chest pain, heart attacks, and heart arrhythmias. Then it's like we are asking ChatGPT to become an expert in that case. Then I would say, so I am an emergency room physician and would like to discuss the case of 65 years old male patient with a history of strokes that presented with severe chest pain in his right arm with radiation to the fingers. But what lab should I get? What medication should I start? And what other diagnosis should I really be considering? I'm asking some questions. Radiation to the fingers. Okay. What lab reports should I get? What medication should I start, and what other diagnosis should I really be considering? When I ask that question from ChatGPT, it will give a detailed answer like this. Initial assessment and lab workup, clinical lab imaging. You have to do these labs, and immediate management. These medicines are recommended. Different diagnoses to consider. Yeah, or it it has given the answer to all of your questions, but still you have to carefully analyze these answers, because we cannot totally rely on these things. Sometimes ChatGPT search from the internet and give results, so we can't say it is totally correct. But it can analyze your problem properly and give a slightly good answer. I want you to mention something else that I have forgotten to mention before. So you should know about these prompts also when you are implementing your solution, own solution for the problem also. So you have to be familiar with these prompts. You should be able to talk to ChatGPT like this and get the correct answers. Then only we can get a better results from those tools as well. But, and then I'll ask some other question. Patient has a pulmonary embolism. What signs and symptoms, labs and treatments should I perform? Yeah. Please recommend. It is given what are the symptoms and common signs. Okay. Some I'll give a different kind of question. Sorry, I wanted to show you that if you ask something related to drug interaction, in your slides, I have included some of the sample prompts related to patient care consultation and medical interactions, patient connection, medical documentation as well. So in related to medication interactions, I ask, yeah, I'm planning to give this aspirin and warfarin. There is an interaction. So when I mentioned about that, here I mentioned, please take the role of a doctor with several decades of experience. Take the example list of medications below and tell me if there is any concerning medication attractions I should be aware of. And so here we have current medications include these stuff, but I know aspirin, warfarin, there is a problem. So when we include those things in the prompt, yeah, it's nicely gave the list of medications that I have mentioned in the prompt, and then concerning the interactions, here it is mentioned the risk of giving these two. And like that, we can get a lot of useful information by giving the prompt correctly. And if you want to get this in tabular format, that also can be done if you like whatever you want. Like if you want to get something in graphically, like a chart or something you want to get as a table, then if you mention it in the prompt, you can create it in a tabular form. And I'll give another prompt like this. If you want to write please write me after visit summary. You want to write a summary about this, explaining this is being used to treat her acne, and then tell her what potential side effects, and then notify it. Okay. So yeah, he created a summary like this. It created a summary. And also, if you want to translate your explanation, yeah, you can do things like that. Anyway, I have included the prompts that it takes some time, but it can translate too. So if you want to write a letter, then that also, if you can give a prompt by including the information that you want to include in the letter, it will draft a letter. And there is a delay. So I'll move to next slide. Okay. Here I have mentioned some of the resources that you can use if you want to learn Python. Here I have put a YouTube tutorial, so you can follow that one. That is free. So I have put the link here. Yeah, and in this website also, you might know this site already. A lot of like developers are using this site. I'm not sure whether you are aware of that, but here you will find a lot of tutorials. So in here, if you want to learn Python, you can even learn it by yourself, and Siloshan will help you to learn. So that is also a programming language. We can use it in AI. So, for example, if you want to print hello world, you will give this print hello world. Then you can try it by yourself from here. So this statement will print hello world. That is the code if you want to print something in your screen. So if you are using this web interface, it is easier. You don't have to install anything. You can just write your code here and try out. You can see the output in the same screen on your right side. So you can try out little things like that. After you going through this YouTube tutorial, you will be able to execute some of the sample codes and be familiar with Python. And also there is this Google Lab. In here also you can use, you can execute your sample Python codes. Let me go to another browser and show you how to log in. So you can log into your, like you did last week, log into your Google account, and then when you type the URL here, then it will show the page like this. Here you can create a new notebook in Drive. So it will use your Google Drive to save your files. And it will give the space to store what you are doing. And here also you can execute the your code as the same way you did in in the website that I have shown you. Okay, here there are some tutorials you will find in this this website also. You can find some of the tutorials in here. Yeah, this is a code. This seconds in a day will be calculated like this. So it will print the seconds in a day. This is very interactive interface that you can execute your Python codes. Yeah, when you create a new notebook, you can execute this code. There is this little arrow button. So when you click on that, you will get the output like this. So it will multiply these three numbers and will store the result in this variable. This is a variable and it will be printed like this. So like that you can try out Python, and I'll show you if you don't know what's happening in here. So you saw this code, but if you cannot understand this, you might take examples, but you don't know what is happening in the code. Then what you have to do is you have to go to ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT to explain it will explain your code. This code defines the variable and it will explain it in detail. This line simply output the value of this. Yeah, like that you can get the explanation as well. I don't know why my ChatGPT is a little bit slow. So if you want to do something, if you write a piece of code to add two numbers in this case, you can give the prompt like this. Then it will add these two numbers and you can print the total, print the result. So like that, if you don't know how to do something, you can ask from ChatGPT, but that is not the right way to do this. But when you want to learn, you can do this. If you don't know how to do that, you can get the result from ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to explain the code. Then it will explain you how it is done. Yeah, sum is 8. So we added 5 to 3. Then you can edit the code like this. Whatever the Python code you have written, here you can add, you can edit and do your own experiments and learn. So now the sum is 10. So, okay, that is not a big thing. Anyways, Silvashan will help you do that. Okay, if you have your laptops with you, can you log into your Gmail account? Because I am going to show you another tool which will be useful to you. If you can log into your Gmail account, log into Google Notebook. I'll send you the URL. ChatGPT cannot be downloaded. As I told you, Llama can be downloaded, but ChatGPT you can't. There is something called ChatGPT for all that I can't recommend much. So ChatGPT you can't, but there's the API. You can use the API. That's what I have explained you. Next week I'll explain more about that thing. Anyway, you can, but DeepSeek you can download and use. We'll do a session on DeepSeek as well, how to do it. Okay, I have sent you the, we'll answer your questions at the end. I sent you the URL. If you can log into, click on that link, please. Then you will go to this site, notebooklm.google. Here, please ask if there is any question. If you can't log into this, if you have not logged into your Gmail, then probably it might ask you to give your.
We have logged in.
Yeah.
I have logged in.
Okay. Okay. And then here you have to click on Try Notebook LM.
Yes.
Yeah. Then create new.
Create.
Create new. Let me show.
Okay.
Okay. Try Notebook LM and then create new.
Okay.
There's a plus
Wait.
button. Okay.
Make it okay. Yeah. Create.
New. Or did you saw that button?
Yeah, I got the create. So I'll get the create. Yes.
Okay. When you click on create, can you see this type of screen?
Which one? Yes.
Okay. So now in Notebook LM, you can upload your, if you have any files, PDF files or whatever you have, you can give, if you have a file, you can upload, but Word files, it will not accept. If you have a PDF file, like anything, you can
Even like a
upload.
book. Even like a book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can create notes from that. In my
Oh,
case,
I see.
I'll upload, I created some reports of a patient. So I'll upload those two reports because different people are using this tool for different purposes. So in the medical context, we can upload medical reports as well. But for the students, most of the times students or anyone can use this tool to keep their notes and summarize notes and create a podcast from these notes, like that. And if you have a YouTube, URL related to something you want to summarize or get more information, learn more about it, then give that YouTube URL here. Here there is this YouTube button. So from that you can give the YouTube URL also. But I gave these two PDF reports. This is related to a patient. I have some, let me open it and show it to you. Yeah, John Doe and medical record number, date, admission, and there are these information. I got this created from ChatGPT. So it's not maybe not be an accurate report. Anyway, his complaints are related to heart failure. I wanted, my use case is something like the information of a heart patient. So he's having a chest pain, and there are some of the diagnostic related information are there in this report. The medications that he is taking, these type of records are there. So date of report March 29. My other report is let's open that one as well. Report 2 is April 10. So 2 months. So my case is different. Maybe student might include all his notes here. Okay. I'll go to add source again and I want to include YouTube URL as well. That is also related to heart. Insert. If you are going to insert a YouTube URL, click on add source button and then YouTube button and paste the YouTube URL here. And it will be loaded to your left side panel. So I'll quickly open this YouTube URL as well. That is related to heart attack, heart failure. Yeah. That is not specifically related to this subject, but I just wanted to show you, like you can collect all the information here by adding sources. Okay. Remember that you can add a website as well if you want to get more information. And if you have Google documents in your Google Drive, you can upload from Google Drive as well. Okay, once I uploaded these things, it gave a summary of these three sources. Using all these sources, it created a nice summary by analyzing the content of these files and YouTube. Okay. And then here it shows some prompts. When I go through the arrow button, I can see pre-written prompts are there. But if you have your own question, you can ask from here, like ChatGPT. That is exactly something similar. If we are using this tool in the medical context, we can think of it as the use case that I have explained to you. So the same way we have given all the sources, and now I am asking questions about this patient. But I don't know how accurate this is in the medical context, but I saw on the web some people have used it in this purpose as well. Because this is a new tool and AI is changing every day. So the newer version will come. And so about the accuracy, I can't tell, but I am also using this tool when I want to summarize something in a YouTube URL. There are long YouTube videos, so I don't have time to watch everything. So what I do is I upload it here and ask it to create summary. And sometimes if I want to extract something from the YouTube video, then I can ask it to extract that particular part for me. So then it will give the only the part that I have requested, like that. So here there is a prompt. Okay, I gave this prompt. What key changes occurred in John Doe's conditions and medical findings between the two reports? So I am asking about two reports. Between the two medical reports, March 29 and April 10, several key changes occurred. So I can see what has happened in between. Like this. So if you want to know more specific information, you can give a proper prompt here and get only that information. So then we don't have to spend to read entire reports. So we can give the prompts and get whatever we need. And also it will give a reference, from which reference it's giving this information. Okay.
So basically,
Yeah.
this one question, Mahesh. Yeah. So this is basically first we'll upload the patient's PDF, patient's report or progress report,
Yes.
probably 1 or 2 visits, and the YouTube and the other standard textbooks. If we upload it, so do they refer that standard textbooks and the YouTube video and coming out with the results that we want?
Yes.
Oh, the question that we want, is that what they do?
Yes. What you mean is, are they referring to all these reports, something like that?
No. Why do we need to, now, for example, if we upload a report of a patient, so
Yes.
same patient like a cardiac failure, week 1 and the week 2 and week 3, probably 1 month later, and we uploaded everything with the date. And then we are giving a standard either guideline or journal article or standard textbooks also uploaded with this one. So
as a PDF, maybe.
as a PDF.
Yeah.
Or that standard textbook, say suppose a standard textbook written on cardiac failure.
Yes.
So do they refer that standard textbooks and they explain? Is that what you did? Why do you need to upload that YouTube URL here?
Yeah. In my example, it's not matching. But there can be cases like you want to diagnose something in these reports, but you don't know necessary information related to those reports. Sometimes maybe a specific illness mentioned
Okay,
in the
so
report.
sure,
But
sure,
about that one, there is a YouTube
sure.
video.
So they are
Yeah,
referring,
you,
they are automatically referring
yes,
to the
referring.
that
That's
standard
why
text.
these,
Yes.
yeah, these reference points are given. That's why. Yeah, that's why I told you I don't know to which level accuracy it's having, like to which extent we can trust this model. But if you don't want this article, you can remove it and you can ask it to work only with these two tools. But as I told you before, if I don't have that knowledge, I can upload that part also here in order to provide the answers. It will definitely refer to that document as well. And we'll get the information from that.
Yeah, that's okay. Good. Now, if I just go to the echocardiogram, the ejection fraction is a measure of the heart's pumping efficiency decreased from 45% to 40%, signifying worsening the left ventricular function. So that is very important, not for us. I mean, we are not going to get the accuracy, but even that we can get some idea what is happening with this patient.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
To add something here, say for example, you have a lengthy lecture on a particular subject. So you have a recorded video so that it will be automatically converted to text here, and it can add other sources as well, maybe PDF, journals on a particular subject, maybe a particular disease or research related thing.
Okay.
So you can add everything here. Then this will be working like a knowledge agent, so that you can ask any questions, or you can give two reports and you can ask them to compare and give some important highlights in bullet form. Like that you can ask. It is working like ChatGPT with specific area. Maybe, I don't know, in your domain you can get some knowledge base here, and it will refer to that knowledge and it will give answers based on that knowledge. Now, if you take ChatGPT, it is a general knowledge. So it has a lot of other areas also. But here it is very specific, and it will be referring first the data you have fed already.
Yes, thank you. So it's important for us, my other colleagues also will support. So sometimes we read some journal articles and the research articles. So if you want to get out of that, extract out of that all journals, it would be very helpful for us to keep some records. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Okay.
In
Okay,
your
I think
discussions,
you
you
have,
can, in your
sir.
discussions, you can refer a large set of documents here, and you don't need to go one by one and search it, and you can get different locations and you can discuss further about a particular scenario together. So it's a common place where you all can share all the documents and quickly read. If it is a video, it will take hours to read everything, but here it is converted. Even you can search very quickly, and it refers to that particular location in a minute or second.
Sure. Yeah, we'll try. We will try some of few cases next week and then come back to you if very. That's good.
So I think you have to do experiments with this tool, because I am also still doing, but in my case, since it is not medical context, so most of the time it's helpful for me in order to make notes and quickly go through certain reading materials that I have. So, and here the other thing is I gave predefined prompt here, but you can give your own prompts and do your experiments and see whether this is useful for you. And I think this is going to be an answer for one of the question one doctor asked last week also. I think he is expecting this kind of solution for his problem. He is going to upload reports time to time, and then he want to use ChatGPT and combine these information also with that and get the answers, something like that. Okay, here you can add notes. I don't know, there is an echo. Why it is happening? Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can.
Yes,
Ah,
we
Yeah,
can.
we can.
okay. So there's another nice feature, like you can create mind maps also. It's generating a mind map. In this case, it might not be relevant, but you can create mind maps. When you are studying, I think it will be useful like this. It will analyze the content and create the mind map.
Can we save this one? Is there a way of saving
Uh,
this one into particular place?
Yes, I think it is already saved here. But there is a save option as well. Here, this note you can save.
Sure.
This. Yes, all the saved stuff shows here. So
Sure.
it is saved.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. If you want to add note, you can add another note. You can write something and add a note. Mind map. And also, if you want to brief the document, I don't want to brief everything. I want to brief this one. You can brief and create a note. Yeah, it will create a brief document for me on the YouTube video that I have provided. So the information are there. Okay. And the most interesting feature of this tool is you can create an audio overview that is like a podcast happening between two people. It's a conversation. So they will talk about these topics. So it is easier for us to listen than going through these documents. I don't know whether you can hear the computer sound. Will take a little bit of time. And the other thing is, this is a new tool. So the pricing model, I don't know how it's going to be. Let me find more about it and come back to you. But so far, I have used this. I don't have any problem. But when you go to here, it shows source limit is 50. Out of 50, I have uploaded 3. 3 documents I have uploaded. So sources, it allows up to 50 for the moment. If you want to copy it, you can copy it quickly and send it to someone else.
So
And
there's a one thing. Can I come in? So it's an audio overview.
yeah.
All right. So it's coming. We
Yeah.
can add notes also there. Probably in the down. It may be. It's mentioned to add note.
To audio overview. Or you want to add notes to
Or did you
audio
get some?
overview? Yeah,
So that's what.
let's
Okay. First,
listen
listen to
to
this.
this podcast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can you hear? Can you hear the computer sound?
No,
No.
No?
no, we can't.
Okay. Share computer sound. Right.
One being that Health Decide.
Can you hear now?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And it was really amazing the way they used 3D animation to really show what happens, in these different heart emergencies.
Yeah.
And then, those medical reports about John Doe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it seems like what we're trying to do here is, really get a solid grasp on, like, what's the difference between, cardiac arrest,
Uh,
heart attack, heart failure.
yeah. And I think what's interesting too is not just like what are they, but how do those things relate to each other? Because we're going to see
Right.
with John Doe that he has all these risk factors, and how do those things sort of contribute? And then this fibrous cap forms over it.
Okay, so what is it that then makes that, underlying plaque problem turn into an actual heart attack?
Well, the video says that it's inflammation that weakens that fibrous cap,
Oh,
and then it can rupture.
okay.
Did you understand what's happening? It talks about medical reports.
Yeah,
John
they
Doe
are
is
doing
mentioned
as
in
a,
medical.
it's
Yeah,
like, I mean,
comparison.
it's a comparison and giving a good, that's good.
Yes, because
Good for us.
my topics are not relevant, but in your case, I think you will be able to organize it very. You will be able to use in very useful way. And yeah, that is the most interesting feature I saw here. And you can share your audio overview. I don't know if that's allowed. Public access, yeah. If you give the public access, you can copy the link for this YouTube that voice recording that you have created, audio recording that you have created. Okay, and you can download it. I saw something like you can add it as a resource also, but I'm not sure about that. Okay, those are the features of this notebook. Here I clicked on study guide. It is creating new note. It's a study guide. Uh, yeah. So you can try out all those options. It says it's a study guide. Convert to source. The output sometimes when you generate an output like that, you can convert it to a source like this again. So that is also an interesting feature. So you can use that also again for like you can use it as a source and again generate something. Okay, I found another interesting tool. If you have time, let me check. Yes, we can quickly do that also. Google Studio. Google AI Studio. So I'm every day I'm explaining about tools, and sometimes we want to learn certain tools without having the support from someone else. So I found this tool, and I think it will be useful for you. When you know about some tool, then you can give it to AI Studio and ask it to explain how you can work with it, like a user guide. So it will guide you step by step how to get something done in the particular tool. So in order to go to Google Studio, I'll send you the link.
So there's a token count over here. So is it for a month, per month, or session, like,
Here in Google Studio, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a token count. Yeah, that I have to check it because now I have problems when I am using my Google Studio in my account. There is a slowness, but I couldn't still observe why it is happening. Let me get back to you about those details. I don't know yet about this token count, how it is how it is counted.
Okay.
Like, okay, this is a new. Okay, sorry. This is a new browser. Yes, it is reducing, but I don't know what is the pattern. I have sent you the link. Can you all try it out with me?
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
here
I have
the
got it.
count. Okay, the token count is yeah, this much I have, but in my Chrome browser, I have login from my own account. That one, there is only 32,000 something because I have used it a lot. Initially, yes, I think initially they are giving, as I remember, around $300 worth account they are giving to us. But let me confirm it to you. I'm not sure about it. But after that, you might have to pay for AI Studio. That I am pretty sure. Because since this is new, they are giving us a chance to use more. But later on, we might have to pay for it. But I think it's worth paying for that if it is useful for you. I don't know how the payment plan goes. We'll see it later.
Okay. And
Mm,
since you mentioned about some delay,
yeah.
they have like different Gemini, I think 2.0, 2.5 Pro, something like that. Over there is a something called latency. I think that's because of it, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yes, need to check that. Yeah, maybe because of the latency. Yeah, we'll have to investigate on it. I'm not sure about it. Okay, in here, let's say I want to use some tool, maybe Canva. You can choose whatever the tool you want. Here I logged into canva.com. That is a website that we can use to create our presentations. So I'm using that tool to create my PowerPoint, the presentation that I have presented to you today. So in canva.com, I'm going to create an account. If you have logged into a Google account, then you can, from that Google account, you will be able to log into that tool. I think you better to know about Canva also if you have not used it earlier. Okay, I logged into Canva. So I'm using one of my friend's account because I'm using ChatGPT plus the newest version. So that's why I have this account. So I used that one in order to log in. Okay, this is Canva. So if when I want to create a presentation, I'll click on create a design. Okay, before that, I'll connect to this AI Studio and will ask how I can use Canva in order to create a presentation. So for that, you have to click on stream real time. So from your computer, you can do that. You can use whatever the website or whatever the tool you have. For example, you can open Microsoft Word. First of all, you have to open Microsoft Word. If you are going to get some support to do something in Microsoft Word, then you can open Microsoft Word, first of all. And then you will go to Google AI Studio and click on Stream Real Time. And then let me check whether you can hear my computer sound. Yep. Then you select Stream Real Time and then select Video Source. Okay. Then select the screen, not camera, the screen. Even you can use the camera and try it out later, but I am going to select the screen now. I'm going to share entire screen, but make sure that when you have your some private information in your screens, don't share it. But now you can share. In my case, I can share it, so I'll share my entire screen because if you have Microsoft Word open, then you will be able to choose that screen. But I want to select entire screen because I'm going to select a tab from my browser. So that's why I'm going to select entire screen, share. I click on share. It's time. Maybe in Microsoft Edge. That might be a problem. Let me move back to my browser. Open Canva. I usually don't use Microsoft Edge. There are some problems like that. Here, I'll click on Stream Real Time. Select Video Source, Screen, and then I'll select entire screen. Allow. Allow. Hi.
Hi, how can I help you today?
I'm going to do a session for doctors related to AI. Can you help me to create a presentation based on the topic AI in healthcare?
Sure, I can help with that. To confirm, you want help creating a presentation about AI in healthcare for doctors?
Yes.
Okay, what aspects of AI in healthcare are you most interested in covering in the presentation?
I will try to cover mainly the topic radiology.
Okay, so you'd like to focus on the topic of radiology for your presentation on AI in healthcare.
Yes.
What specifically about AI? Okay, great. Are there any specific aspects of ASCII in radiology that you'd like to highlight, such as image analysis, diagnosis, or treatment planning?
Yes, image analysis.
Okay, image analysis.
Yeah.
Would you like to explore specific? Okay, great. Do you have any specific ideas
Hold
about
on,
what
hold
aspects
on,
of image
hold on.
analysis you want to include?
No,
Or do you want me to?
No. I don't want to specifically highlight on those areas. I want to know how to create a presentation. I don't want to know specifically what are the areas that I'm going to mention. First of all, I want to know how to create a presentation.
Okay, so you want to learn how to create a presentation, and you do not want to focus on specific areas within the topic of AI in healthcare?
Yes.
Okay, it looks like you're in Canva. You
Yeah.
want to begin by clicking on the... Okay, to create a new presentation, you can click the Create a Design button on the top left side of the screen. Would you
Okay.
like me to walk you through the... From there, you can choose the Presentation option. Do you see that?
Yes. I clicked on it.
Great. Now you can click on Presentation.
Okay.
Okay. You clicked on Present. Now you can select one of the blank presentations or a
Okay.
template. Which would you like to
Blank
choose?
presentation.
Okay, you have chosen a blank
Yes.
presentation. Now you can start adding
Yeah.
your content. Okay, now you can start adding elements. All right, now you can add elements, text, or even a template for your presentation. Do you have a plan on what you want to add to your first
Okay,
slide?
thank you very much. I just wanted to know how to start. Now I can try it out by myself. Thank you.
Great. Is there
No,
anything
thank
else I
you.
can help you with right now? You're welcome. Have a great day.
Okay, and then I stopped recording. Could you listen to that conversation?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that is how it's going to help when we want to learn something. I haven't tried it with websites, but I mean, not every other websites, but this is not a site. This is not just an information site. This is something that we can have interaction with and create a presentation. So that's why I selected this, even though it is opened in the browser. Still, we can get the support for that. So I know for sure it can help creating PowerPoint presentations, Word documents, and some the other applications, tools, and also it can help in web applications like this. So if you want to do experiments, you can do like going to information site, and whether it can explain those informations also. For example, in the news sites to summarize the stuff in the websites like that. So I haven't done experiment up to that level. And also here there is another option called camera that also I have not tried, but I have seen in a video that that option is also possible. When
Would
you
it be able to make a presentation out of our like a Word document?
sorry,
If we provide a Word document related to some kind of topic, would it
no. The purpose of
make
this
a
tool is not
presentation, a
like
PowerPoint
that.
presentation?
No. The
No.
purpose is something else. It will explain me what I have to click next in order to do the presentation. Something like that. Where I have
Okay.
to click on, and what are the options available. If you want to click on a button and see the options, then I have to click on it. And then it will guide me. Or you have to select the templates like this. Then if you want to select a layout, you have to go to layout tab. If you want to select a style, you click on a style, something like that. But it will give me a detailed explanation. It knows about entire tool on every features it knows, but I am the one who has to operate it. It doesn't do
Okay.
anything for me.
Actually,
Yeah, but
it is looking at her screen and it is advising based on her activity. If she performs something wrong, it tells that you did something wrong and go to that
yeah.
this thing by looking at the screen. It can look at her screen. She shared the screen.
Okay.
And also, I wanted to show you that I can interrupt it and stop talking and then change the direction. Like it was asking me about questions like whether you want to include what type of content you want to include, but my purpose is different because I know the content that I'm going to include. I want its support to create a presentation. I don't know how to create a presentation. Then it told me to click on create button, and then I put the slide. Then if I want to copy a content or write a content here, I can get the support from it. If I don't know how to highlight something, if I don't know how to put a link to the slide, how to insert images, then I can get all those support. If you want to, let's say for example, I want to include a picture here, then I have to go to upload button and upload the file first of all. And then when I upload the file, only when I upload the file will come here, appear here. Then I can drag and drop that image to this presentation slide. So in that way, it will guide me. You have to click on upload button, then you have to click on upload files, then get the image, then drag and drop it to your slide. In that way, you can insert a picture. That is, it will help you to learn any tool like that. Yeah, that is the purpose. But last week I have explained on how to create a presentation by using some of the tools quickly. So if it is not clear, I can do another. I can take another 10 minutes. Not today. In a future session, I can explain it well. If they haven't understand it, or maybe I have missed something. So there are easy ways that you can create presentations. Last week I explained about a tool called Alina. Using that tool, you can just give the topic and generate the content. But we know that the content that we are generating like that is not accurate. So what we can do is, when we generate a content like that, we have to do a lot of editing in that presentation, or you can extract some of those information from the presentation that the AI has created and use those information to create our own one. That is how I am also working, because here I'm using Canva. In Canva, we can create nice presentation. Now I am presenting my presentation using this present option in Canva. So I have all my presentations in Canva. It is so what I am doing is, when I want some of the information, I use different tools. When I want to generate an image, I use Napkin. There's a tool called Napkin, that one, and there are some other tools also that we can use to generate images. There are a lot of other tools. If you want to create diagrams, there are some specific tools to create diagrams. So we'll do those things separately and save those diagrams as a PNG file, image file. And I come to this, my Canva presentation, Canva tool, and I'll upload those images here. That's how I'm creating my presentations, because normally the AI generated ones are not, maybe on certain topics it might be relevant, but in a course like this, it is not relevant. So let me know if you want to know more information on creating presentations. Then I'll do a proper demonstration on that later. Okay. Now I think that is all for the day. Mr. Sampath, do you want to add something?
No.
Okay, so if you have any question, you can ask now.
Can I ask a question? It's based on your AI-based image analysis tool.
Okay.
Suppose we want to detect lung cancer from,
Okay.
so we have the tools like DeepMind, as you described, IBM, Watson, or there are several different tools. Suppose
Yes.
there is another tool from China or somewhere.
Uh-huh.
So how can we know what tool is best for that? I mean, that basically I'm asking is how do we know strength and weakness? This question is related because one hospital, suppose in Kandy Hospital, use one tool. The Colombo use a different tool. So then the
Mhm.
interpretation will be different. So that's
Okay.
what I want to know. Depending on the AI tool, a different hospital or different person use, the
Yeah.
interpretation could be different, no?
I think if we are selecting a tool, because for our purpose, maybe our purpose may be different. So then we have to first of all get that tool and check whether that is the tool that we want, that is matching our purpose. And then we have to do research on how other people in the world are using that tool and how there are ways that we can find, like we can compare tools. Actually, that using the tools available nowadays, like chat, for example, ChatGPT, and there are some other ways. There are forums, and there are a lot of resources that we can check. The check about the tool. So how other people have used, whether, because I related to IBM, I found a comment that there are it produced then it has produced some inaccurate results also. So there was in some website it is mentioned, actually it is unbelievable, like it is the one of the most expensive tool and highly capable tool, but still it has generated uh, wrong information from the tool. So like that, we have to check with our purpose first of all, for what purpose we are using, and then we have to do some kind of research on what other people have told about the tool. That is one way that we can check. And also there are some standards for those tools available. Let me find about those standards available. uh, Certain that approval has been given for certain tools like that. Those tools are expensive. So I have found that information when I was comparing diagnostic tools. I found there is only one free tool available, that is Cody MD. Only that tool was compliance with those uh, like regulations and those standards. So I can't remember what exactly are those. So let me check about that thing. How you can make sure whether this is a good tool. But my my idea is, like, even though it is approved by some certain institutes, still there can be problems. For example, IBM Watson, if you go Google about it, you will also find that information. So it has some issues. Yeah, let me search about that. And also there are HIPAA compliance and compliance as such. So if they have those things also, then we can think like it is some, uh, uh, it might be a tool that many people can use. And also we can get the information, how many people this tool is using right now, like what are the feedback that they have given, those kind of information. So those information are not fully accurate if you get those information from ChatGPT. If you type in ChatGPT by giving a list of tools, and if you ask it to compare these tools, then it will give you a result like that. If you want to get cost about the information about the cost of those tools, it will give, but those information are also not fully accurate. Because it find those information from the internet sometimes. So the sources we can't say accurate, fully accurate. So that's
Usually,
why I told you we have to do a lot of research before you are going to buy a tool.
Doctor, usually there are some research papers. If it is published by a reputed institute, then those data are already verified. Like it should be presented, and when it comes to research papers, some of institute are very strict, and those are available in Google Scholarly, ResearchGate, etc. So in your specific area, if you find some recently published research papers, probably we will be able to get a better idea. It's just a suggestion. Usually, I used to check some research papers in most of the cases. When it comes to accuracy, we should not depend on what they have published in the website. So many people have downloaded it and maybe using it. Sometimes some expensive tools are also generating poor accuracy as the output. So if it is a reliable source, only we can depend. Otherwise, we should not simply accept whatever the things people have written in the web.
Govinda,
Yeah.
this is one my suggestion that that came to my mind. Like in mention, like the colleges and the institutions, later on, probably in another 1 or 2 years later, we might have to decide these are the tools that we are going to adopt in our society, our institution, something like that. Now, if we take a guideline, like sometimes
Yeah.
some people use American guidelines, so that is as a colleges. College of Neurologists or College of Electrophysiology, College of Emergency, we might have to decide. Probably we might have to do a lot of groundwork on that and discuss with other, because the NHS Trust, they have clearly mentioned that they are using AI tools. They have given the authority to use AI tools, but they have not specified what tools they are going to use. Probably we
Yeah, that's
might
a
get
question.
one of them.
No, yeah. Yeah, suppose they allow to use the AI tools, but they are not to specify the particular tool. Then different institute use different tools.
Yeah, probably they might give one or two.
We can't hear you, doctor.
Hello, I see Nandana. Hello, we
Hello.
can't hear Nandana's voice.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll discuss it further next week. I think time has passed now. So anyway, if there's any questions, you can ask from chat. Even if somebody wants any Python code or any support, I saw some questions related to image types, etc. Even we are ready to help you all. So if you have any specific area, you can ask any questions. So for the moment, for today's sessions, I think we better wind up now.
Okay, thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good night.